Hello everyone, my name is Jessie and this is Decor Crafted, my new YouTube channel. On this channel, I would like to go out and find stuff that's really cheap at Dollar Tree, at thrift stores, at yard sales, and even just found stuff around my house and turn it into beautiful decorations for my home. If you're interested in this, I hope that you will like and subscribe and watch my channel because I'm really thinking that I'm going to have some great projects to share with y'all. With that, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. On our first project, we are using a truck, just a cute little truck that I found at a place called Pop Shelf. I think it's fairly new. If it isn't, it's new in my area anyway. So I found this little truck. It says Happy Easter. It did have some carrots on the back, but I removed those. I just want to revamp it and make it something to go in my office. I have a pecan business where I process pecans for people, and I want to use, my name on the truck and a small little picture of some pecans, so it'll go well with my business and look good in my office. All I did was dry brush some brown paint, some brown chalk paint on the edges, and just very lightly throughout the middle to make it look rustic. Then I took a picture of some pecans just spilled out on my table, and I made it look kind of cartoony, and I with some editing, and I just Mod Podged it onto the truck just as a cute little picture of my business. Now I'm just adding some more paint, some black paint, mixed with a really dark, like that truffle brown chalk paint, in order to give it a really dirty, old, rustic kind of look, just to go along with my farmhouse theme for my office, and for the fact that it is a farming business, as a matter of fact. I have to tell y'all, the black chalk paint, the little tubes of black chalk paint you can get from Dollar Tree, I absolutely love them. It is such a good paint. It covers so well. It is just as high quality as any other black chalk paint that you would get anywhere else. It gives really good coverage. It's not real shiny. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but nothing like when you buy like a black acrylic paint. It's flatter than that. Right here I am painting on the name of my business, which is Get Crackin' Pecans, and I'm just showing y'all I do have a Cricut, and I could have done this in very small letters on my Cricut, but sometimes it's just easier to get the paint out, and I have this really thin liner brush that I just use some black paint that I watered down real ink-like. It's a real runny, watered down, and I just twist the brush in there, and it just paints it on there beautifully. You just go slow and easy, and I like it better. It gives it that handmade look to it. Okay, well, let's start the second project now. I'm starting with some Dollar Tree boxes that are like little drawers, and I'm pulling the little drawer part out because I'm just going to use this part that's hollow for now, and I'm going to stain all my wood with this golden oak wood stain. I am using some paint sticks that I ordered off of Amazon. I got like 100 for somewhere around, I think it was like $15, and I do have to say that some of them are somewhat warped, but if you glue them down well and you secure them well, it kind of pulls the warpness out of it. I did glue 3 of them across here, and I don't know where the footage is for it. I lost it, but I'm going to show you how I did it because I'm doing it exactly the same way on this side as well. One side is the top, and then I think this is the back side of it. So all I did was use a little bit of wood glue, a dab on each side, and then a dab of hot glue as well to kind of help it hold down and secure more quickly, so I don't have to wait for the wood glue to dry. The super glue will hold, not super glue, the hot glue will hold it down. And then I'm going to put something on it, to clamp it down and secure it and let it dry for a little while before I mess with it. But this way it will be manageable a lot quicker. I took one of the drawers out and I decided to make this accent piece in the middle. I wasn't planning on doing this to start with, but I went ahead and stained it real quick and I thought it just needed something. So I'm just going to put this in the middle. I'm only using hot glue because it's not going to have to hold anything up. It's literally just for looks and for accent, so it doesn't need to be like super, you know, strong, so it doesn't have to hold anything. These are just some little pieces of wildflower off of a bouquet that I bought at, I'm pretty sure I got these from Walmart. I think I spent about, I think it was $1.97 for a flower pick of little yellow wildflowers with a lot of greenery to it. And I just picked off a few little pieces and I thought that they would make a cute little accent here on this centerpiece just for looks. Now y'all, we fixing to make one of my favorite things. I call this a scrappy bow. I really enjoy doing this. I just cut all these crazy different lengths of ribbon and twine, and you know, sometimes I use like pieces of burlap, you know, just whatever you feel like using, and I just kind of layer it in different directions and then tie it. I'm sure I am not the first person to ever do this. I'm pretty sure I've probably seen it somewhere and just made my own version of it. But I really like using this technique because it's quick, it's easy, and it really gives it kind of that easy, rustic farmhouse look, in my opinion. These are just some stickers that I found at Dollar Tree. I had them on hand, and it just so happened this one matches like almost perfectly. Now we're on to project number 3. Now this is super simple, super easy, no big deal. I just wanted to add a little accent piece to my little shelf. These are just little tiny terracotta pots that I got. I'm pretty sure I got these at like Michael's for super cheap, like 50 cents a piece or something. It might even been less than that. It might have been 3 for $1. Anyway, all I'm doing is adding a little bit of white chalk paint, and then I will come back through and use a little bit of that truffle Waverly chalk paint to give it kind of an old, somewhat dirty, kind of scratched up look, just to stay with the rustic theme. I'm just adding a little bit of ribbon around it just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit of extra added detail. Sorry, for some reason I can't talk today. For some reason, when I went to put this twine on here, I had the hardest time. I struggled so hard just to tie this twine on here. So sometimes the simplest things end up being a little bit tougher and taking a little bit more time than you realize. But that's okay. I was going to use these little bases for the pots, but really it didn't fit very well once I put it in the box on my shelf. So I decided to do away with that and just save them for a different project. And here's some more of those pieces of flowers off of that wildflower pick that I got at Walmart that I used on the shelf earlier. I'm just picking off some pretty ones and sticking them down into the flower pot. Pretty small, you don't want it to stick out too much because it's not a very big opening on the shelf, but you can make it work. And I think this just looks so adorable. I really, really love it. I'm super proud of it. I'm really happy with the way this came out, and I hope that y'all like it as well. And here it is all together. I love this. I'm so proud of this. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this, I really hope you consider liking and subscribing and seeing some more stuff that I have to make. I have so many ideas to come.